What would happen if the Earth started to speed up? Imagine everything around you shaking. Something is not right, and it's definitely not an earthquake. It only gets worse. Clouds move faster than usual, and animals go into a frenzy. People are running out into the streets in fear and confusion. Nobody can explain what is happening. And all of this is leading to no good. This is Mystify, and here's what would happen if the Earth started to speed up. The Earth rotates around its axis in about 24 hours, resulting in a speed at the equator of about 465 meters per second. The Earth's rotation speed suddenly increased by 1 mile per hour. The day would shorten by just 1.5 minutes. We wouldn't even notice this change and would continue with our daily routines as if nothing is happening. But as the Earth continues to accelerate, it would become increasingly difficult for our bodies, accustomed to a 24-hour cycle, to cope. At the equator, the accelerated rotation would be felt more strongly than at the North and South Poles. Areas near the equator would require more time to complete a full rotation, leading to more rainfall than usual. However, if the Earth were to accelerate and start rotating at a speed of 45 meters per second, the day would shorten to 22 hours. People would constantly feel tired, like experiencing jet lag. All businesses operate on a 24-hour schedule, and if 2 hours suddenly disappeared, the consequences for the global economy would be catastrophic. The calendar would need to be adjusted to the new time, like clocks with only 10 digits remaining. With each passing week, days would shorten, and soon time would only be determined by sunrises and sunsets. The weather would worsen, and it would feel like the rain never stops. Animals, relying on weather conditions, would be completely confused, leading to mass migrations of almost all species. Birds would fly even to places they've never been before, affecting the entire food chain. Forests, jungles, and other animal habitats are in balance until humans interfere. But if constant rainfalls start in certain areas, floods will force animals to migrate to other territories and compete there. The wind would become stronger and faster, temperatures would change, hurricanes would intensify, and gain more energy to cause destruction. At a speed of 160 kilometers per hour, the equator would be flooded, the Amazon basin and small islands would be submerged by about 15 meters of water. Much of the plant life would be at risk, especially near the equator. Floods threaten forests and can destroy animal habitats. Trees won't survive severe floods. If the Earth were to accelerate its rotation to the point where the number of hours in a day decreased to 15, we would constantly feel like we're in a plane experiencing turbulence. If the Earth continues to gain speed with each passing second, sleeping would become impossible. Days would last about 7 hours, as would nights, and the whole world would be flooded except for the highest mountain peaks. People would rush there and cling to the last pieces of land. Most of the animals would disappear. As the Earth rotates faster and faster, the crust would begin to weaken, and earthquakes would occur more frequently and become stronger. Volcanoes would erupt, even those deep underwater. This would continue for quite some time. Major natural disasters such as earthquakes, tsunamis, volcanic eruptions, and glacier melting accelerate the Earth's rotation by just milliseconds. But this would compound the overall situation, and even milliseconds would be enough for catastrophic consequences. Now, the Earth's rotation speed is approximately 995 miles per hour. Nights last no more than a few hours. By this point, the entire world is flooded, and 80% of the land has disappeared. Soon there won't be any living creatures left, except for microscopic organisms capable of withstanding extreme conditions when the Earth's rotational speed reaches approximately 18,000 miles per hour. Gravity would be practically disabled, and large objects would start flying in the air. All the water in the oceans would rise and appear like reverse rain. Huge rocks would float above the ground like small planets in space. The Earth now rotates 17 times faster than usual and completes a rotation around its axis in just 84 minutes instead of the previous 24 hours. If you manage to hold on for that long, you'll see days and nights flash by in an instant. Everything would become unrecognizable. the Earth's crust would split apart, revealing magma, making landing impossible. You would see space, rising higher and higher. You wouldn't know how fast you're moving, and you'd probably be the only living human in this spinning world. Eventually, the Earth would rotate so fast that all its layers would peel off, exposing the planet's innards. They would start squeezing out of the core until the Earth resembles a pancake. At this stage, nothing could survive. The core would emit so much heat that the planet would heat up like a microwave oven. All the water would disappear, and the Earth would become a small red dot in the solar system. As the rotation approaches the speed of light, time would stop. Rocks and floating objects would stop moving and start distorting. Under certain conditions, the Earth would turn into a black hole, but we will discuss this in the next episodes.